Hello, dear friends. Today we have to learn about the reproduction system in dhatura flower. Most of we have to learn about the reproduction in flower, means in plant. Okay, so for that, each and every plant have flower. You know it very well. Then each flower contain having the reproduction process. So today I have this dhatura plant. You see this insects. Okay, these insects are also moving. That I will show you how they work. Okay, then just you observe this flower very carefully. This is the flower of dhatura. This is the dhatura flower that we have to I have to explain this how the reproduction systems are present in the dhatura flower. This we have to learn in this video. Okay, so everyone be careful. See this carefully, how the insects are moving. What is the insides of this dhatura flower? Okay, so let's start of something learning about the reproduction of this flower. So you will be ready. Okay, so let's start. So myself Bhavin sir, and I will show you the reproduction system of dhatura plant. Okay, dhatura in dhatura flower. So dhatura flower में reproduction system कैसे होती है वो आपको अभी मैं बता रहा हूँ. Clear? So everyone be ready. Let's start what is given in this plant. So dear students, this white part of the dhatura flower is known as sepal. It is known as petals. These are petals. In all flower, different types of color. The petal have different color. Might be red, white, yellow, okay, green. This mostly this different whatever the attractive parts of the flower, that is this petals. So in rose it is a pink color, red color, right? Different colors have these petals. Now what is the function of this petal? These petals are attracting. At main this the attractions is the main function of this petal. Due to this color, and it has also smell also. So due to this smell and color of these petals, the person attract by the flowers. So we got attraction. Okay, insects, animals, we like these colors, we like these petals. Okay, and now we have to go ahead. Now this green part, whatever you are observing here, this the green part, this is the green part, that is known as sepals. This green part is known as sepals. Okay, and from here the plant will start. Clear? Okay, now we start one by one. First we have to remove the part of the sepal. Okay, I am removing this sepals. Just you see, these sepals are present each and every plant. हर प्लांट में यह सेपल्स प्रेजेंट हैं. Okay, now I am removing this sepal. Slowly, very carefully. See how I am showing this. These sepals are removed from here. Okay, this is sepals. Each and every plant flower have these sepals. Okay, then in this flower there are two gametes are there, male gametes and female gametes. Male gametes and female gametes. Okay, now I have to remove this petals. See carefully how the reproduction system works in this flower that we have to, in the plant that we have to learn. Okay, I am removing this petals very carefully. ये petals को मैं निकाल देता हूँ. Just you see one by one. You will see so many insects present in it. Those insects are very helpful for the pollination. This we have to learn later on. Just you have to focus on this. Okay, first I have to remove these insects because all are ants. Most of all are ants. Clear. Okay, now see these sepals, these petals. Now in these petals, what is this? In this petal, one of the part, see here filaments are there. This is filament like structure. This one, two, three, four, and this five and one are different to each other. This filament like structure, okay, and then this is around this main thing. This here two parts are there, male gametes and the female gametes. See, this is whatever in my hand just now I'm showing you. This is female gametes, okay, gymnosperm, female gametes, and these are the male gametes. These are the male gametes. Same, each and every flower has two gametes. Now these are all are connected with each other. See, these all are connected with this style. This is a style, it's connected with this all, okay. Then at the center, this female gametes, this is female gametes. You see, female gametes are present, connected with this, yeah. Understood? And around this female gametes, there are male gametes are present. I cut this. Around this female gametes, male gametes are present. Clear? Okay. Now this function, this system is known as filament. This is a filament. This is also the filament structure. Those are connected with the stem of the flowers, stick of the flower. Okay, now let's talk about one by one about this male gametes. So male gametes, you see, male gametes are start from here and it's connected up to the end of the flower, up to here. Clear? This male gametes, it's also known as filaments. Now I cut out of this one of the male gametes. I will cut here one of the male gametes. I cut here. So I cut the one of the male gametes, you can see here. Okay, now this male gametes having parts, this part of the male gametes, that means this part, you see, this male gametes has two parts. So this part, ये आपको दिख रहा है, ये this part of the male gamete is style. It is stamen. This part is the male gametes is known as stimate. Stamen. This is a stamen. See, this part of the male gametes is a stamen. This part of the male gametes is stamen. At the tip of the male gametes is anther. This is known as anther. You see how it's work. The steep part, the male gamete is anther. This is anther. This is anther. This part is anther. This is a stamen. Okay, that you will see in your figure in the book. Stamen and stamen and anther, and on this anther there is a pollen grains. Here you will see the pollen grains. See, a yellow color structure. Here you can see the pollen grains are having the yellow color structure. This is a small pollens are present here. We can observe this here. On this, so small pollens are there. It is a egg cell of this. Okay, you will find this pollen grains yellow color structure. I cut this anther. On the anther, their yellow color you can see here, having quite yellow color is a pollens. Okay, you will observe this. It's a pollens. Now this is very, here is a pollens on this anther. Okay, now let's learn about the female gametes. Female gametes have, this part is known as, actually this both are the filament. Now this is a carpel. This whole part is known as a carpel. In that, this middle part, means this middle part, this is style. This a long tube like structure. It's in the, here it is style, and then male gametes is known as stamen. Okay, at this, at the tip of this male female gametes, at the tip of the female gametes, this is whatever you see, yeah, that is known as stigma. This is known as stigma. At the tip of the female gametes is known as stigma. So this stigma, it is a style. Okay, stigma, then it is a style. This style is a very hollow. This style is a very hollow, like tube like structure. The style is hollow, tube like structure. Now what happened, and this is whatever you see at the end of the stamen and at the end of the style. स्टाइल के जो एंड में आप देख रहे हो, दिस पार्ट, this part is known as ovary. This part at the end of the stimel is known as ovary. I cut the ovary. So this is the ovary. You can see this. Okay, this is ovary. Okay, now what happened, here two types of pollination. Now what is the meaning of pollination? Now see, I once again connect this here. Pollen from the female gamete, male gametes, pollen from the male gametes sit on the stigma. See, pollen from the female gametes, ये मेरा हाथ है वो, pollen from the female gametes sit on the stigma on female pollen from the male gametes sit on the stigma of the female gametes. Then this the transportation of the pollen to anther to stigma, the transportation of pollen anther to stigma, this is known as pollination. See, this transfer from pollen from anther to stigma, एंथर से स्टिग्मा तक जाने वाली जो ये ट्रांसपोरेशन है, इट इज़ नोन एज पॉलिनेशन. इफ इट इज़ हैपन इन अ सेम फ्लावर, एक ही फ्लावर में होगा, इट इज़ सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन. एंड दिस pollen from this stigma sit on other flower. This stigma sit on other flower. Okay, for example, suppose the pollens of this stigma sit on this flower, this stigma. Pollens of anther of this anther sit on this flower. Okay, stigma on this flower, then it is known as cross pollination. So there are two types of pollination, self pollination and cross pollination. Okay, now what happened when the pollen from anther of male gametes sit on the stigma of this female gametes? Then what happen, it's enter in this style, and through the style it reach to the ovary, like here. थ्रू द स्टाइल इट रीच टू दिस ओवरी, यहाँ तक यहाँ पे पहुँच जाएगा. थ्रू द स्टाइल इट रीच टू द ओवरी. Then in the ovary there are ovumes are present, egg are present. This pollen tube like structure, it is okay. In this ovary here, in this ovary, this I am pointing here with my thumb, it is ovum, egg like structure. Now see, I cut this ovary, I cut this ovary, and you will see in the ovary, you see a small tube like structures are present. Small dots are present. These are the ovumes are present. In here, a small dots, whatever you can see, those are ovumes. Those are ovumes. In this ovum, the pollen from the stigma anther, it's a pollen from the anther sit on the stigma, and through the style it's enter in the ovary, and this in this they mix with the ovum, egg, then it's convert into the seeds. Okay, so this is what we have to learn in this chapter. uh, Pollinations and the parts, reproduction parts in the flower, reproduction parts in the flower. Same type of reproduction part you can find in each and every flower. Okay, bye.